Fire for your mind. Culture Clinician. Hit that like button and share this stream if you're not a beta male.
What happens when a man wakes up and realizes how much power he really have?
And we agree on that.
What's that?
The woman is more powerful than the man.
I mean, if you want to believe it, it's okay.
But you just, your examples that you just gave showed why the woman is more powerful.
If you want to believe that, it's okay.
Well, why, if she makes the decisions, why wouldn't she be more powerful?
I didn't say she wasn't or not. I said if you want to believe that, it's okay.
Do you agree?
Do I agree what?
That women are more powerful than men.
I don't agree with that. Why? Because God created the woman to assist the man. It wasn't the other way around.
Why do you feel like that?
I don't feel like that. God felt like that.
In what way?
He created the man first. Or am I wrong about that?
Well, I mean, who's to say? There's missing pages from the Bible. Do we really know?
I'm asking. He created the man first, and then he created the mate to assist. If I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong.
Well, let's just say we're going to take it from the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did create the man first. But where did he create the woman out of? What location of the body?
Did you just not hear what I said?
What location of the body did he create?
Did you just
the
not
woman?
hear what I just said? It still came from the man.
What location? But why you can't answer the question?
Because it came from the man.
But what location from the body?
Hey, bro, she cannot get another you if she tried. She cannot get another you if she tried. If she went outside, buck all naked today, she could not get another you, bro. You have power in that relationship, bro. Those options that she believes that she has, they are not options. They are erections, bro. Nobody is signing up for the most part to take care of her, to take care of those children, to deal with that attitude, to deal with that nonchalantness. Bro, please stop letting that woman play in your face, bro. You're black, you're handsome, you got your body right, you got your bag decent. You're a catch out here. You can leave her and be married in 2 weeks. And the options are plentiful out here. You don't even have to look good. You ain't even got to have no crazy sex game. The fact that you can protect and provide, bro, it puts you in a different bracket out here, bro. These women are housing bums. Could you imagine if you say, hey, I could come in and knock off 75% of your bill? They wouldn't even know what to do with you out here. Stop dealing with these women who are playing in your face. She don't want to sleep with you. She don't want to support you. She don't never make you feel good about any of your decisions. What are you waiting for? Because of some kids? Stepmoms and stepmomming at a high level right now. You keep playing with that, man. Tighten up, bro.
Bye.
Cognitive dissonance is a condition that happens for a myriad of reasons. Many times in modern America, men and women often do one of the following. They deny the evidence. They become enraged when you present them with the evidence. They argue ad hominem attacks, meaning they attack the messenger instead of the message. And they will fight you or flee because they cannot hear what you are saying. A condition such as this, tied into cognitive dissonance, often happens to those that have or lack self-awareness. They stay in a perpetual cycle of arrested development, exhibited by this. Greetings. This is another topic of the kosher clinician that might be sensitive to some viewers. If you are sensitive to the topic at hand or the title provided in the show, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Viewer discretion is advised. Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, absent fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women, clipping babies pretend to, damn, lovers, haters, acting like vultures, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's been a minute since I've seen you brothers and sisters, especially you brothers, and I hope you guys are doing well. So I'm not going to be before you guys long, but I do want to take the time to thank everyone that has supported the channel over a span of time. I know I have not been streaming as much as I normally stream, but nonetheless, I am here. If you guys can hear me, hit 1. I don't know what's wrong with this stupid mic, man. This thing keeps doing weird stuff. Hold tight. Y'all can hear me here for 1. It keeps doing weird stuff. It's a pleasure to see you guys. And I have been gone for a while, but I'm grateful to be here. But let's get into it. Let's get into it and have a cogent conversation. I'm not going to be before you guys long, but I do want to talk about the rise of him culture and what this really means to a lot of men. You know, we've talked about it several times in the past about how it takes a lot of years for men to acquire wealth, to get their bearings, to gain wealth, to become the better version of themselves. And many times in modern contemporary America, The male worth many times has become minimized to the point that a lot of men don't know what their value is. They don't know what their worth is. And they continue to allow subpar behavior, not only from many times the women they're dealing with, from their children, from their wives. And it's very problematic if you've done the work. Men need to start celebrating and telling themselves that I am him. I am him don't mean that he's perfect. It just means that he's come to a place in his life where he knows what he brings to the table. He's going to keep the bar high. He's not going to settle for mediocrity. He's not going to let anyone shame him outside of what he knows that he's worked hard for. And either she can become part of your program or she can become left behind. Male mental health and male wellness is important. And the greatest asset in male wellness is actually having a healthy mind and a healthy framework. Many men don't have a healthy mind, neither do they have a healthy framework because they don't know that they are really him. And they tolerate disrespect and they settle for mediocrity because we've been in a society that's highly gynocentric and it's told men over and over and over again that they don't have worth, they don't have value, and they have to settle and tolerate nonsense. But you don't have to settle for and tolerate nonsense if you've done the work. And when you do the work, then you can look at those people in your circle and tell them that I am him. And telling them that I am him means that I'm not going to tolerate nonsense. If you want to be on my program, you got to act accordingly. You got to bring something tangible to the table besides use cat. You got to bring something tangible to the table. You got to bring peace to my life. You can't say that I'm the table, which is an oxymoron. You got to bring something tangible to my life that I can actually utilize to help me become a better man and help assist me in my kingdom as a man as well. Guys, do me a favor, share this stream, hype the video, please. Like I said, I haven't seen you guys in a while. And hype the video, guys, if y'all don't mind, please. But let me show you guys something real quick. I'm going to show you guys something. Because this is important when it comes down to healthy masculinity. This is extremely important. As you guys know, many men have checked out. A lot of men are checked out. They're no longer invested anymore. Gen Z is the generation that has become extremely checked out. They talk about a lot of times how dating, especially with Gen Z, is almost non and void. Many men are realizing that the system is broken. The men that have acquired status and wealth and power, they realize they're not going to give their masculinity away for cheap. So Gen Z has checked out. They have been impacted by political chaos. They realize that the system is broken. They understand that nobody cares. You got to work harder, as you can see the information in the background. They don't think they have a future. And so it's like it's sort of reverse. Gen Z has checked out, to say the least. And those that are from Gen X and above that know what their worth is, they're saying that I am him because there are men that are in Gen X, that are making good money. They're in good shape. And they know what their worth is, and they're not going to settle for mediocrity. And so you have to tell yourself every now and then that I am him. I am him. I'm not going to settle or tolerate mediocrity. I'm not going to settle for anything less than that which I deserve. Because for so long, a lot of men from Gen X, millennials, and even boomers have been told that they didn't have any worth. And their worth is always being seen through the lens of a woman and female validation. But when you start learning how to tell yourself that I am him and I can be good with you or without you, that's when you start calibrating yourself and calibrating your mind. But there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, as seen by, as I said earlier, Gen Z men. The political chaos that we have now, with ever raising prices, um, social media pressure to live up to a standard. As you guys can see here on the end, you got um, the women to the far right. Um, Men are being expected to pay all bills and to make six figures and to give a woman her every wish and all these crazy demands that are being implicated towards men. And to the point, Gen Z men are saying, I don't care. But see, When you start realizing that your worth is not necessarily tied to a woman's expectation, then you can say that I am him. And then once you get your mental bearings on point, then everything else will start taking place as well. If you get mentally grounded, then everything else will take care of itself, which leads to good finance, good physical hygiene, good mental hygiene, and everything else would take care of itself. Because when you get to a certain level now, especially with this crazy economy, and we know that a lot of these women are not coming back to relationships because they're genuine. They're coming back because they're in a point of desperation. They don't have money. Um, they've been severely used up, and now they want to, they want a sucker to come and hold their hand and be their white knight and take care of their kids and pay all their bills. And so you don't have to settle for that because if you know what your worth is, when you know what your worth is, then you can say, I am him. I'm not going to tolerate mediocrity. If you come into my life, you will have to add value to my life. And if you cannot add value to my life, then you can go on. And that's the most powerful thing that a man can do. Many times people think that that women have a lot of power over men, and that's a myth. If you are a compromised man, then a woman can have a lot of power over you. If you are an evolving man, she does have power, and you respect her and love her, but you don't love her to the point that you lose yourself as a man. When you are a sovereign man, you understand women in and out. You don't hate them, but you understand them. You love them, but you love with them reason. You don't love to the point that you lose yourself in a woman. You don't lose your sensibility. So many men that I see, not only in mental health but abroad, are going through mental health crises because they don't know what their worth is. They're not being told that I'm him in the relationship. They're not being told that I'm him in the broader world. Everything they hear is through the lens of negativity. And so, once again, there has become a rise of a new generation of men that are saying that I am him. And it's happening twofold once again. It's happening based on men that are checking out, saying that I'm him and I'm focusing on myself. And it's happening from a perspective of men that know what their worth is, saying that I am him. And if you're going to come into my life, you're going to add a value to my life. I am him, the ones that are checking out. I am him, the ones that have evolved. The question is, guys, which ones are you? Are you him? Do you know what your worth is? Because I know what mine is. And the myth that a woman can persuade a man or dissuade a man is highly presumptuous, because once a man becomes sovereign, he's not mesmerized by women or more or less manipulation of women. He still loves women. He highly respects women, but he's not so blinded by women to the point that he loses his mind, his status, his peace, his economics, or anything. He's calibrating at a higher frequency, and women are just accessories to his life. His main focus would be his relationship with God. That's his main focus. But if he's a secular man or a spiritual man, he's not motivated by women, to say the least. Evolution is a power. That's what's called an evolved man. Men that have evolved become sovereign. You go from being a compromised man to an evolving man to a sovereign man. Once you become sovereign, then the allure that could destroy you in the past no longer can do it, because beauty without wisdom is problematic. Love without standards is problematic. Pleasure without purpose is problematic, and it leads to slavery. A lot of men, young and old, have been slaves to pleasure, and to the point they've lost everything that they've had because they believe the hype that some people say that a woman can take a man. Women got more control. A woman can have control over men if she knows how to use her femininity, and that's a myth. It's true to some degree, but it's not true 100%. If you're a compromised man, definitely a woman can manipulate you and control you with her feminine wiles. If you are an evolving man, you understand women, but you still don't really understand how much power that you have. If you are a sovereign man, you understand women to the point that you respect them. You respect them for the beauty that they bring and the niceties that they bring, but you don't lose yourself in a woman or a relationship. So it's a myth when they said that a woman can, if she really knew how much power she had, she could manipulate a man. That's a myth. It does have some truth to it, but it's not 100% comprehensive. Men that are sovereign men know what their worth is. You can be fine, you can be cute, you can have a nice body, but once you get used to a certain caliber of women, you're not mesmerized by that. It's not that you don't still love women and see women as valuable. You're just not mesmerized by the height, guys, to say the least. And that's the stage you need to get to. You need to get to what's called an evolved man. You need to get to a point where you are evolving to the point that you become sovereign as a man, and you're not minimized or limited by the allure of a woman. That comes with discipline and practice and having control over your flesh and knowing what your strengths are as a man. But a lot of men don't have that yet. They have not mastered that yet. And that's a process. So give yourself some grace, because that is a process that you are evolving to. You're not quite there yet, but you are evolving to that place in your life. And that gets even more pronounced with time, guys. I can look at myself, guys, and say, I'm him. I'm him now. I've always been him, and I'm definitely him now because I put in the work. Let me show you guys something, the evolution of coaching, man, in my younger years. Let me show you guys something. Now, this was me recently, guys, at my class reunion. This was a picture of me recently at my class reunion. This was a recent picture of me. I'm 55. I'll be 55 this year. But I have a level of confidence in myself that's unparalleled compared to where I was at in the past as a young man. And some of you men are going through that evolution as well. You need to start telling yourself that I'm him. And I'm him means that I've done the work. I know what my worth is. I'm not going to settle for mediocrity. I'm not going to tolerate disrespect. You can either be on my program or you don't have to be on my program. But I would not tolerate disrespect. I would not tell a woman that she's the prize. I would not minimize myself for the sake of appeasing her, but I'm going to walk strongly in my masculinity. I'm going to set limits. I'm going to set expectations. I'm going to set boundaries. And I'm going to tell her, this is what I expect from that relationship. You go from being a compromised man to an evolving man to a sovereign man. I'm sovereign. I'm him. And you guys can get to that place as well. But it doesn't come overnight. It takes time. It takes discipline and it takes composure. And as you get older, you just don't have the energy. So you're definitely saying, I'm him. But when you get a certain amount of money in your bank account, man, for men that we eat right, work out, take care of ourselves, it gets better with time. So you don't have to tolerate disrespect. All these women saying that women are more powerful than men is nonsense. We understand that women are not more powerful than men. Women add things of virtue to the relationship that men can benefit from, and men add things that women can benefit from. But this occultic feminism that's taught women that they are superior to men and better than men is highly delusional. And they want you to think that they are better than you so that they can control you and manipulate you. But once you understand women and female nature, you understand that a woman a woman doesn't have any power over you, but the power that you give her. She doesn't have any power, but the power, guys, that you give her. Let me show you guys another picture. This is me years ago when I was in graduate school at UNC Chapel Hill. That's me when I was about 40. I was about 41 in this picture, 42. And the swag was coming in at this point. I was in the evolutionary stage. I've never really been a compromised male, but I was evolving as a man. I was in the evolutionary stage of my life as a man. I understood women. I respected women. On a functional level, I understood the allure that a woman can have to hypnotize a man and to bring him to his knees. And I understood the feminine power and feminine virtues was powerful. So once again, when people say that a woman can hypnotize a man and a woman has a lot of power, there's some truth to that. In theory, it's true. But once a man goes from compromise to evolve, from evolve to sovereign, once he becomes sovereign, there's nothing she can do. Because normally those kind of men have dated multiple women. They have amassed a certain amount of wealth. Their mental bearings are intact. They know how much power they have. They love women, but they don't love women outside of their value and their purpose. They place other things above women. And no matter how fine she is, how cute she is, how attractive she is, that woman can't get that man off his square as a man. He's not mesmerized by her having a big butt, breasts and all of that stuff. I mean, he's still a man. But this nonsense that a woman has more power and she can use her feminine wiles to seduce and deceive a man. Well, if a man is not centered and he's not sovereign, then that can happen. All the men that lost their power in the Bible, whether it be Samson or David, they weren't centered. Maybe they were evolving, but they were never centered as men. When you're not centered as a man, you can't say that I'm him. But once you become centered as a man, you can say, I'm him. I'm him. I'm not mesmerized by no woman. I mean, I respect women. I love women. I think women are beautiful. Women have their place in a man's kingdom, but a woman is not the end all be all. She's not the end all be all. She's not the panacea to a man. She adds value, but my life don't stop with a woman. My purpose supersedes that of a woman. That's called the inner sanctum of masculinity. And so once again, in my evolutionary phase, I was saying that I was him back then in college. I was him. You know, I've always had that kosher swag, man. You know, I'm refined kosher now. I'm even more refined now. My bank account is nice. I got good news. My student loan debt got forgiven. Oh my goodness. I'm about to kill the game. You know, my business is doing well. I'm about to take this YouTube thing to another level at some point. But you got to get to a place as a man when you're not mesmerized by women. Once again, I didn't say not to love a woman. I'm not saying that women don't add intrinsic value, but the type of women that we're dealing with in this society now that are very masculine, they disrespect men, they disrespect masculinity. You got to let those women go, man. You don't even have a conversation with a silly woman that thinks that women are more powerful than men, because those women are highly defective. They are highly defective as women. Shout out to my man Gregory Scott. I ain't seen him in a while. Shout out to my brother. He said, salute kosher. Many men have moved on and not enough women have gotten the memo. We are in a different time. This is not the talk show and the reality show era. Yes, sir. More men are in. Yes, sir. Right, Gregory. More men are in tune with their BS. Yes, I agree with you 1,000,000%, Mr. Scotland. You're right. They are in tune. I'm in tune. You're in tune. The world is in tune. Gen Z men are checking out. Older men like X and boomers, or maybe some millennials, they're stacking their money. They're focusing on their health. They're focusing on their peace. And they're saying that I am him. Shout out to my man Gregory Scotland, as he is the #1 sponsor of the stream. So yeah, once again, guys, this is the evolution. This is the evolution of kosher, man. This is my evolution. I just took that picture once again, guys, in my high school class reunion. Chopped it up with some of the homies, some of the fellas, some of the brothers. But I'm him. You got to start telling yourself that I am him. Nothing you can say can enter into my cipher as a man. You can't shame me. You can't tell me what my worth is anymore, because my bank account says to the contrary. My accomplishments say to the contrary. My intellectual aptitude says to the contrary. It says that I'm him. And the more you start saying that, you're not going to tolerate disrespect. Once again, you go from being a compromised man to being an evolving man to being a sovereign man. I want you guys to remember that. Compromise, evolving, sovereign. Evolving men do understand the power of a woman, but he's not blinded solely by women. Sovereign men know what their power is, and they'll take a woman or they can leave her. They're not tripping. And that's where you want to be as a man. You want to be sovereign. You want to be so sovereign to the point that you'll tell a woman, if you don't fall in line, you can go. Because many will tell you that a woman has power. And we're going to get into the video with Akon where he said a woman has a lot of power, but that's a myth. Women have power, but they only have the power that you give to them. With so many men checking out now and being disillusioned, they're seeing how female nature can become and what female nature is. And what men are beginning to say is that I'm good. They're not tripping on no relationships. They don't want to be married. They don't see the benefit of marriage and relationships. You know, the simp path seeks validation. It seeks to please people. It loses resources. It's controlled by emotions. It's disrespected and used, and he loses his position. That's the simp path. Many men are simps, conscious and also unconscious. Two terms that I created. If you hear anybody talk about the conscious simp and the unconscious simp, know they got it from me. If you hear anybody talk about the self-sufficient woman versus the stronger independent woman, know that at some point they heard me say it first. I talked about this 5 years ago. Evolution is power. Knowledge, discipline, purpose equals freedom. Once you know how much power that you have, once you learn how to discipline yourself, once you understand your purpose, then you have freedom as a man. Once you have freedom as a man, you become sovereign from evolving, meaning you know the power of a woman and you're still hypnotized by the power of a woman, to being sovereign, that you understand women. She has no power but the power that you give her. You can take a relationship or you can leave a relationship. Don't ever let a person tell you that women have that much power over you. They can have power if you're not centered. If your ego is maladaptive, then she can have power over you. Women can be very powerful creatures. I'm not minimizing that. I'm not against a woman. Women are beautiful. But they don't have the power. They don't have that power unless you give it to them. When I thought of women in my 20s, I don't think of women like that anymore. The love and the adulation that I used to have for women and extolling them as these benevolent beings, I don't see them like that no more. I see a lot of them as being very selfish, very parasitic, and we know that a lot of them now have been ran through. So you're not getting nothing special in the typical woman now. Are there a few diamonds in the rough? Yes, there's some good women that are solid. They got good emotional regulation. They're centered. They understand men. They understand their responses as a woman. But the majority don't offer anything but trauma, attention, demands, desires, baggage, other men's kids, and telling the man what they deserve. And so a lot of guys, they don't even care. Once you understand what your power is, you can say, I'm him. And like the old folks say, touch 2 or 3 brothers in the chat and say, I am him. Understand, respect, not being controlled. A woman's power is real, but so is yours. That is so true. A woman's power is real, but so is yours. That's why I keep telling you, man. They keep saying, oh, women got all this power, but they don't have no power but the power that you give them. Men have a lot of power. Men, you know, if you're blinded by a woman's lust and beauty, yes, she got power. But if you're grounded, you know how to control your lust, then she has no power over you. Listen, if you take away lust in the body of a woman, what does she bring into that relationship? Many times, nothing. A woman's supposed to be an asset to your life. She's supposed to help keep you centered and protect you mentally. But many don't bring anything but trauma, baggage, demands, and narcissism. So when you are centered, you choose not react. listen to this, guys. When you are centered, you choose not react. You just don't tolerate no nonsense or disrespect. You don't mind walking away when you're centered. That's why men have to get centered and not fall in love. I tell men all the time, do not fall in love. You love within reason, but never fall in love. Falling in love is dangerous. Once again, you love within reason, but you never fall in love. Because see, when you fall in love, you lose your sovereignty as a man. When you love within reason, you are still sovereign. You are still a kosher king, but you're not blinded by the emotion called love. That's why you love within reason. Sovereign men love within reason. Compromised men love blindly. You have to evolve from being a compromised man to a sovereign man. And when you can evolve from a compromised man to a sovereign man, then that's when you can start having your power. Compromise, evolving, sovereign. I'm sovereign, therefore I'm him. I want you guys to say that in the chat. I'm sovereign, therefore I am him. And you can only become that kind of man unless you become centered as a man. You got to get centered. You got to regulate your emotions. You got to be on your apex as a man. It doesn't mean that you don't find women beautiful. It doesn't mean that you're still not attracted to women. It doesn't mean that you still don't want to be with a woman. It doesn't mean that. It just means that I'm sovereign now. I'm not mesmerized by you, woman. Yeah, you cute, but I ain't gonna trip. I don't see you like I used to see you in my 20s. Because if you look at some of the women you thought were fine back in high school, and listen, we know that time and gravity, it gets the best of all of us, but some of the women you thought were fine in high school, man, you think they're Oompa Loompa now. Got big backs. Oh my goodness. But the master plan is he knows his value. That's a sovereign man. He sets standards. That's the sovereign man. He protects his energy. That's the sovereign man. He leads with purpose. That's the sovereign man. He attracts respect. That's the sovereign man. And he keeps his position. That's called his masculine frame. I'm giving y'all a master class tonight. Don't let Gregory Scotland be the only one that donated, guys. Come on, I'm giving y'all a master class. Because it takes a lot of time to put this stuff together. And that's why I haven't been doing this much, because putting this content together is draining, man. But if you like what I'm saying and doing, donate to the channel. Don't let Brother Gregory Scotland be the only one that donated. A man who knows women owns his world. I want y'all to listen to this. A man who knows women owns his world. You're not blinded by her beauty and her charm and her butt and her breasts and her sweet words. All those things are good when it's regulated properly. But you can't be manipulated by her feminine wiles, because you're on your center, you're on your square as a man. He has knowledge. He understands nature. It's not just in beauty. That's powerful. He has the knowledge to understand that nature is not just in beauty. The scripture said that charm is vain, but beauty is going away. But who can find a virtuous woman? Charm is vain, but beauty is fleeting. But who can find a virtuous woman? He understands that nature is not just her beauty. And don't you ever marry a woman, guys, solely for beauty, because those looks are going to fade. Like I said, I went to my class reunion. Shout out to class of 90, man. Got nothing but love for class of 90. But I remember some girls, not necessarily at the reunion, They were fine back in high school, man. And you see them now, you're like, man, I'm glad she didn't give me a time of day. I'm glad she didn't show me no love in high school. I'm glad. I am so glad. I am so glad she didn't give me the time of day in high school now. So once again, guys, hit the like button, donate to the channel. He is aware. He doesn't have cognitive dissonance anymore. He's aware of his power as a man. He see game before you play it. He's aware. He has awareness as a man. He didn't have that awareness when he was in his 20s. But as he continued to grow and mature as a man, now he has awareness. And he can say, I am sovereign, therefore I am him. He has boundaries. He protects his peace and he protects his purpose. When you become my age, shout out to A Peaceful Life. He always say that peace is everything. My dad and I talk about masculine peace as you get older. As you get older, you just don't have the energy like you had in your 20s. So therefore, your peace cannot be compromised. And you're willing to let that heifer go. You'll just charge it to the game, because there are many men that I've seen in relationships that are suffering in silence, and sexist relationships. Dysregulated women, maladaptive egos. And they are broken because they don't have peace. And all that cortisol in their body is not healthy, and it's not healthy for their masculinity as well. A man at this stage of his life has discipline. He can control his emotions, not the other way around. He don't let her emotions control him. The biggest issues that men have in modern day relationships, especially when it comes down to marriage, is that they allow a woman's emotions to control him instead of him controlling his emotions and being willing to walk away. A lot of women sabotage their relationships based on their irrational emotions. Emotions that are not predicated in reality, but emotions that are predicated in a primitive ego that's many times tied to repression or even suppression or regression. Some of these women are still reflecting on what happened to them in their past or in their childhood. And they're making you pay for it as a man. So you cannot become a sovereign man if you're still being impacted by a woman that's not healed. And you have to heal as well so that you can lead. Position. You don't chase her. You build your empire. That's a powerful one. You don't chase her. You say, let you go, heifer. You just build your empire and keep stacking. Because I am sovereign, therefore I am him. And that's what you got to tell yourself, men. I am sovereign, therefore I am him. I went from being a compromised man. I went from being a compromised man to an evolving man, meaning I understand women, but I'm still mesmerized, to a sovereign man, to the point that I love women, but I don't love women to the point that's going to cost me my peace, my power, and my empire. Philosophy, strategy, wealth, discipline, leadership. That's why the book said, cast not thy strength to a woman. You don't give a woman your strength. And as men, we all have made those bad choices from time to time. But the fallacy that a woman can control a man, it's a myth. She can if you're still evolving, but if she's sovereign, she can't. She can't. She cannot control you if you are a sovereign man. And these are, once again, these are the stages that we all go through as men. We all go through those stages. We all vacillate from evolving to sovereign men. Let me play this real quick, and I'm going to prove my point to you. Hold tight.
When a man wakes up and realize how much power he really have.
And we agree on that.
What's that?
The woman is more powerful than the man.
I mean, if you want to believe it, it's okay.
But you just, your examples that you just gave showed why the woman is more powerful.
And look at this feminist nonsense. Now, I would argue that Akon is between evolving and sovereign. He definitely got some sovereignty to him, but he's also evolving. But she wants to be in power over you, even though the world that she lives in, she never created the world that she proclaims to want to rule over. Imagine a world that mankind created, but the woman says she's more powerful than the man. At any point, a man could physically destroy a woman. At any point, a man could take away, could shut the grid down. At any point, a man could do serious destruction to a woman if he chose to. Not that I'm advocating for that. But somehow this silly woman says she's more powerful than a man. Imagine a world that men created and made easy for women. Now all of a sudden they have more power and they're more powerful than men. Instead of understanding her power is truly her ability to be a feminine woman. That's what true power is.
I want to believe that it's okay.
Well, why, if she makes the decisions, why wouldn't she be more powerful?
I didn't say she wasn't or not. I said if you want to believe that, it's okay.
Do you agree
Do I agree what?
that women are more powerful than men?
I don't agree with that. Why? Because God created the woman to assist the man. It wasn't the other way around.
And that's what they don't understand fundamentally, guys. They don't understand the woman was made for man. Woman came out of man. So how could she be powerful when she came out of man? Woman came out of man. Man didn't come out of woman. All mankind after Adam and Eve came out of woman, but the original woman came outside of the original man. But they can't say that because they want power. She will have a desire for her husband. And that means she was going to love him. It meant that she wanted power. But he will rule over her. And ruling over her meant that he's going to lead the relationship. But she wants to rule over you. That's why she loves the word partner. Because partner makes her feel more safer than saying wife. Because she doesn't trust your leadership. Even though you never did anything bad to her, she doesn't trust your leadership fundamentally. And that's why as a man, you got to continue to evolve. You got to know what your worth is. You got to keep evolving to the point that you don't tolerate no disrespect and you don't have your boundaries violated in no way.
Why do you feel like that?
I don't feel like that. God felt like that.
In what way?
He created the man first. Or am I wrong about that?
Well, I mean, who's to say? There's missing pages from the Bible. Do we really know?
I'm asking. He created the man first, and then he created the mate to assist. If I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong.
Well, let's just say we're going to take it from the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did create the man first. But
So-
where did he create the woman out of? What location of the body?
Did you just not hear what I said?
What location of the body did he create?
Did you just
The
not
woman.
hear what I just said? It still came from the man.
What location?
This woman has severe cognitive dissonance. And I'm telling you guys, women like that, and we know the majority of American women are like that, run from them. They don't qualify to be wives. They don't qualify. I got clients right now that tell me that their wives said they don't cook. They're not Susie Housemaker. Or, you know, people tell me that they say they can't go anywhere unless they ask their wife. It will never be me. I'm not asking a woman anything. I'll let her know where I'm going at, but I'm not asking a woman anything. A woman's not going to tell me what to do. I'm a grown man. I do what I want to do. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I ain't asking her nothing. No woman controls me as a man. No man going to control me, and it's definitely not going to be a woman. But those are compromised men. Most men are compromised. The man at his highest level is a sovereign man. They're rare. Sovereign men are rare. Evolving men are probably about 20%. But most are compromised. Most men are compromised. They don't know how much power that they have. They give the power away. They're afraid of their wives. They're afraid of the women in the relationship. And they allow disrespect. Once you get sick of being disrespected, then you begin to evolve as a man.
So, but why you can't answer the question?
Because it came from the man.
But what location from the body?
Hey, bro.
And shout out to my man Top Gun. Top Gun, shout out to him. He's the one that gave me that video from I believe it's Akon JB Reacts, I believe. I'm going to play it in a minute. We're going to go over it. But shout out to my brother Top Gun. Shout out to him. Shout out to Top Gun. Been a ride or die from day one, man. I was thinking about my brother earlier today. Good man. Shout out to Top Gun for that $5 super chat. Top Gun, you are a evolving, and also I would probably argue that you probably at your sovereign level now. You're between evolving and sovereign, brother. And you're doing a good job. He's doing the work. He's putting in work. He ain't going to tolerate no disrespect. And he's a good man. Shout out to brother Top Gun. He's a real one, man. And ain't a lot of them like him. But he's a good man. Nothing but love for that young buck.
Oh, she cannot get another you if she tried. She cannot get another you if she tried. If she went outside buck all naked today, she could not get another you, bro. You have power in that relationship, bro. Those options that she believes that she has, they are not options, they are erections, bro. Nobody is signing up for the most part to take care of her, to take care of those children, to deal with that attitude, to deal with that nonchalantness. Bro, please stop letting that woman play in your face, bro. You're black, you're handsome, you got your...
And a lot of you men are letting women play in your face. Brothers like Top Gun don't have no kids. A lot of brothers I know don't have any kids. And they letting these women play in their face. Good men, they got good careers, make good money, they're in decent shape. And y'all letting women play in your face and dictate what your worth is. Men, you have to raise the bar. To the men that don't have kids, you have to say, I'm not marrying a woman with kids if I don't have any kids myself, for the most part, unless that's what you want to do. Because it doesn't benefit a man overall. Stop letting these women play in your face, gentlemen.
Your body right, you got your bag decent. You're a catch out here. You can leave her and be married in 2 weeks. And the options are plentiful out here. You don't even have to look good. You ain't even got to have no crazy sex game. The fact that you can protect and provide, bro, it puts you in a different bracket out here, bro. These women are housing bums. Could you imagine if you say, hey, I could come in and knock off 75% of your bill?
And he's being too generous. I'm not paying 75% of no bills. Unless it's benefiting me and my kingdom as a man. And if I'm paying 75% of the bills, you can trust and believe she's not banking all that money herself. Let me tell you guys of a story that that a man told me about. I was talking to a gentleman. I don't know if it was at my class reunion. I don't know where it was at. But anyway, he said that he knew of a situation of a woman. Actually, it was at my class reunion. He knew the situation of a woman where they stayed in the same bed. She wasn't giving him any intimacy. This fool was still paying all the bills. And what the woman did over a period of time, she saved all her money to the point she was able to stack her money, save her money, build her a house, and then she divorced that man. Men, do not pay all bills unless you know where that money that she's got is being allocated for that family. And you got some say-so over it. Do not take your hard-earned money and pay all bills for no woman unless you have 100% jurisdiction over where that money is going at. Because it happens too many times where you pay all the bills, she saves her money, and when she gets tired, she divorces you and get her money plus half of what you work hard for. And this has happened in real life, guys. And it's happening now. So I don't believe in paying all no bills. No, I'm not. I pay bills according to how I value you as a woman. But if you're not a virgin, wife ready, emotionally regulated, no kids, I'm not paying all your bills. And in this economy, it's extremely. Could I pay all bills? Yeah, I could pay all bills. I make enough money where I could, but I'm not. I'm not taking my hard-earned money paying all no bills, unless you met my standards as a man. You got to meet my standards. If I was a single man again, most women won't qualify to meet my standards. And so I'm not paying all your bills. You're not that important to me. You are a depreciating asset. So I'm not paying full bills for a depreciating asset. You're not gaining value with age. You might can help me with my empire, but the things that I think that's important, like beauty, youthfulness, and chasteness, you got kids by other men, and your beauty is declining every year. So why would I pay full price for something that's used and your beauty is declining. I'm not doing that, and neither should you men.
They wouldn't even know what to do with you out here. Stop dealing with these women who are playing in your face. She don't want to sleep with you. She don't want to support you. She don't never make you feel good about any of your decisions. What are you waiting for? Because of some kids? Stepmoms and stepmomming at a high level right now. You keep playing with that, man. Tighten up, bro.
Now, we have evolved from being whole as a black community to being in a black hole. We went from being a black whole, meaning we were unified, to now being a black hole. And that's the destruction of the black family. I'm going to show you this video clip of Stephen A. Smith. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I might even do a video on it at some point. But this is when it comes to a point, guys, where you have to disown even your children.
We can go up.
You have to even disown your children, guys, many times, because these children now are very disrespectful. They don't respect their parents. They're very entitled. They don't understand their place. And you have to disown your kids to sometime you have to. But I want you guys to listen to how disrespectful this silly child was of Stephen A. Smith. Because right now, Stephen A. Smith might got money, but Stephen A. Smith is compromised. Stephen A. Smith is probably between compromise and evolving. He's definitely not a sovereign man. Because the level of disrespect implicated by this woman towards her father, it should end up in her being out of his will. And you know what, Cortez, you could be right. You said, I believe this show with this daughter was scripted and a part of their agenda. Yeah, you could be right, Cortez. But whether it was scripted or not, this is the kind of behavior, guys, you don't tolerate. She's not going to be in the will. She's not going to have no inheritance. Once I leave, it's going to other family members. The level of disrespect is appalling. And it could be scripted, brother. It might be scripted. You might be right, Cortez.
Together. This doesn't have to be a you thing. It can be a we thing.
And then when I'm older and I have nothing.
Nursing home.
And I need you to take care of me.
Nursing home.
You can't do that.
Nursing
You're not
home.
going to do that.
2 words, Dad.
Nursing home. So you put your dad in a nursing home.
Nursing home.
Listen to what this heifer said, nursing home. His DNA made her, but she said nursing home. And listen, whether it's a skit or not, this is typical. This is what happens when you make your daughter a princess instead of holding her responsible and holding her responsible to being a respectable woman. A lot of you men got to stop putting these daughters of yours on a pedestal, calling them your princess instead of, calling them dad girls. You don't want a dad girl, you want a girl dad. I'm going to say it again. You don't want a dad girl, a dad that's giving his power to his daughter and making her feel like she's special. You want a dad girl. You don't want a dad girl, but you want a girl dad. A girl that honors her father, respects her father, and she regulates her emotions to respect her father. A girl dad doesn't put her feelings above her father. She honors her father outside of her feelings. She values her father. I got a dad right now. My sisters value their dad. They are girl dads. And even though my dad has seen them as dad girls, they are girl dads. They take good care of my baby sister. Take good care of my dad. I do too. We make sure our dad is taken care of at 83. He can drive, he can get around, but we make sure our dad is taken care of. We're like guardian angels around our father. But this jackass talking about putting her daddy in an old folks home. And that's what happens when you live in a culture that put women above men. You got to start telling yourself, men, that I am him. I am him, therefore I'm sovereign. I am sovereign, therefore I am him. And you never look back once you realize how much power that you have as a man.
Well, what else would I do? Take care of you myself?
How about that? Or put me in your home and have 24-hour nursing assistant.
In my house?
Yeah, why not?
With my kids? In my car? In my husband? In my pool? In my guest room?
I'm just your dad.
Exactly.
The one that made it all possible.
I would love you from a distance, Dad. You know I love you from a distance. We better that way. You my heart, though.
Can we leave now?
How you said you're...
Very disrespectful. Yes, sir. We would never see a show where the genders were reversed. If that happened, the internet would go crazy. I totally agree. I'm Cortez. 100%, brother. That's why I'm telling you, man, you must learn how to put yourself first. You got to evolve from compromise to evolving to sovereign. I'm going to do a show on that at some point. Might need to do another show on that with somebody else. But a lot of men are still compromised. They are still compromised as men. They still don't know how much power that they have as men. They still keep tolerating disrespect. And it gets to a point where once you become sovereign, you can cut children off. You can cut family members off. You don't even care anymore. Your focus become God and your purpose. Everything else doesn't even matter anymore. And that's what men got to get back to. Let me show you guys something. Hold tight. I got to find this video clip. All right. Anyway, let me pull up this other video real fast. I'm gonna end this stream, guys. Let me pull up this video. I don't know who sent me this. I think it was Top Gun. Top Gun sent me this, I think, by this JB Smooth. Let's get into this video. Shout out to JB Reacts. He took this video and he broke it down. I was gonna look at the whole video, but I don't feel like doing the whole video. I think he made some good points, and we'll break it down together as a team, guys. So hold tight.
Here's the thing. How about if a woman was running things? I don't think there would be such thing as wars. All these...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you just say that?
I did.
And the power that women have currently today in this society with the feminist movement are things that men allowed to happen. We could have shut this down a long time ago. And we still can if we want to.
He's right. He's 100% correct. They don't have no power but the power that men give them. If men decide to say, okay, enough is enough, white men, black men, it's happening all over in Korea, and said, nah, you know what, we're taking our power back. And we got rid of all the simps and put them in jail, and all the masculine men stood up. It's nothing they could do. Can't beat you physically. They don't understand the mechanics of the electric grid. They don't know how to build from scratch. Most men, even a lot of men, don't know how to build from scratch. They're not master masons, master plumbers, master electricians. They don't know about pneumatic machines and all the heavy duty equipment. They don't know nothing about it. Women can talk trash now because men have made the world more easier for them. That's why they can say, I don't need a man. Even though they might not need a man for a relationship, they still using a rose and a dildo that a man made. The wine that they drink, men help facilitate the factories that make the wine and the equipment. But they say they don't need a man. I mean, delusional.
Very silent. If women can stay this silent, we could do our job. Posts only expose reality. The baby into this world, it's your job to raise it.
While I was going through a lot of different treatments with a dog of mine who was not insured, her bills were...
That conversation is important, and I'm glad you said that, because but your mentality is very different from the guys who are out there spreading seeds and have no no intention whatsoever of taking care of these seeds. There's a difference.
No,
Only the guy?
difference.
And see what this woman does, like a lot of these silly women do, they take a small example, a small sample size of men, and falsely equivocate all men to the small sample size that's causing all the chaos. All men are not doing that. Some will say, black men don't take care of their kids. That's a myth. Most black men don't even have kids. It's only a small, select few that's causing the chaos.
It's this, and you're right, but that is both sides to blame. It's not the guys.
Take two.
But there's guys who literally I'm not taking care of the child, period.
Come on.
But
Now.
it's both sides because it takes two to make a baby.
Very true.
It does.
Right. So a woman cannot just say, "Oh, he had a baby with me. He don't want to take care of it."
She's obviously going to take care of her child.
Yes,
So if
but-
the other party is not wanting to take care of their child, that
before she
defeats the
laid
whole
down
purpose.
with him, she has the power to even decide if that's going to even happen.
Very true.
Now, granted, if she got raped or, God forbid, it happened, without her permission, then that's a different conversation.
I'm starting to sense a little lack of accountability coming on right now. We all know that it takes two to tango. If you pick a guy, I would hope that if y'all been knowing each other for a while, that y'all would know that y'all are ready to have a child.
But if she willingly laid down with this man and didn't take the time to think, what if I get pregnant?
Goofy.
Then they're both to blame for that.
I see that.
You understand what I'm saying?
But don't take away the fact that the man is just being irresponsible. If he decides
Men
that
are
he doesn't
naturally-
want to take
Can I tell
care
you
of the
something about men?
child,
Can I ask you a simple question about men?
sure, let's do it.
Okay, do you think men are responsible?
I think that there are some men who are responsible.
Okay, some men.
Depending on how they were raised, what their moral compass is.
Right. If you was to run into that man, would you be able to know that just by meeting a person?
But they never ask women if they are responsible. Think about it, guys. Let's go back in time. Most women, especially black women, prior to the Lyndon B. Johnson administration, were not having a lot of kids out of wedlock. It was rare that women had kids out of wedlock. Not saying it didn't happen. It did happen. But it was so shameful and stigmatized that most women didn't do it. So how is it that women that had less education, grew up in the country, grew up in the rural farms in the South, had enough common sense not to get pregnant, but this generation of women does? Well, it's simple. The advent of the sexual revolution changed everything. And aggressive feminism changed everything. And they blame all men for the bad experiences of a few, but not one time did she say when women should have some level of culpability themselves.
Spending a little time.
Absolutely, through conversation.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, but spending time with them, you would know that, right?
For sure.
Okay.
But I can only
They don't even talk to those guys that are responsible. The disciplined ones, it's going to look corny to them. It's going to look lame to them. Those dudes ain't going to get a shot because it's not getting the cat wet for them.
first 5 minutes of a conversation.
Oh, you would know in the first 5 minutes?
Absolutely, I'm different.
All right.
Very much so.
Most women think the way you think.
I don't think so.
They do.
I promise you they do. Most of them believe I'm different. I know exactly what I'm getting into. And then they get into it and realize that what they got into ain't what they thought they got into.
Yeah, ain't that
See,
different?
men are just like women. The
That's
only
not me,
difference with men and women is a woman knows. A man believes.
I can see that.
That's the difference.
I can see that.
A man come and be like, I believe I can get that.
Yeah, shorty man.
We're walking in confident. I hope we believe we got this. We can get that one. Oh yeah, that's me. Chill, my nigga. That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. A woman, on the other hand,
Yeah,
is
we know.
a little bit different.
Different. Yeah, because women F who they want, men F who they can.
No.
Oh, I know what he's trying to do. I know what he's after. And guess what we do? With the confidence, we finesse. We lean in, tell you everything you want to hear,
Raise you
do
up.
everything you want us to do,
Yeah.
and what the woman do every time. Oh, he's so perfect. I knew it.
Yep.
Knew. And it happens. I can't believe he did this to me.
Let me tell you a
This is
secret.
every story.
I hear you.
99.9%. Belief is way stronger than knowing.
Yes, it is.
Because knowing can be proved to not be.
And it's belief because it's predicated in irrational feelings. They create fantasies in their head that's not predicated in reality. That's why I keep telling you, man, you have to become a sovereign male. You have to become an evolving man to being a sovereign man, which is the highest pinnacle of masculinity, away from being a compromised man. Because then you don't get caught up in quagmires like this.
What you know to be true or false.
I don't know. No, I think that's two sides. I think belief and knowing can possibly be problematic depending on how much you put one in the forefront.
As belief, it don't matter. We create it. And that becomes reality. So if a woman comes and I see that one, I believe already. That's me.
So do
That
you
belief-
believe that if you get her knocked up, you going to take care of the child or no?
No, that's
'Cause
a
let's
whole,
reel it back
that's,
in.
that's a whole
Separate.
that's a whole separate responsibility.
But that's
Right?
what we're talking about.
No, but what I'm saying is it won't even get that far if women believed first.
You are not going to.
That's the difference.
Take accountability, my guy.
No. But you
I think he's trying to make y'all take accountability.
the point. This is not an accountability conversation.
Why? Why not?
Because okay, this is more preventative. Because no, seriously, a woman
He's right.
decides
Yes,
Right.
if to go down.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day,
That is true.
she decides. Like that's why, as men, we have a pact within ourselves.
She's the gatekeeper to sex. Men have always understood that from generations. But women now want to be liberal with their bodies, give it away for free, and then play the victim, and then have high expectations from men, or the men that made good choices expect them to be the cleanup guy.
Bro, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Bro.
What they mean by that is, she's the one making the rules.
That's facts.
The player gonna play. He gonna play in whatever game you allow him to play in. Games are everywhere. There's a million games.
Yep.
So just like there's a million women in the sea.
It's crazy how in today's age the lines have become so blurred when it comes down to don't hate the player, hate the
Very-
game. That was a saying that
very
was used
blurred.
all throughout the goddamn early 2000s, 90s, 80s.
Forget the
70s.
language,
It was
guys.
more
Forget the
understood.
language.
But I think you have so many women out there who are playing a different game that they think that players are supposed to change all of a sudden. But it's not.
A million fish in the sea, whatever that the saying is, women are everywhere. So at the end of the day, if somebody approached my woman and something happens, I don't blame him. That's his job. He's gonna do that anyway. By nature, he's a hunter. That's what he's out there. He's out there to hunt. Now the question is she gonna let him catch?
Facts.
She makes that decision as a woman.
She does.
Right. So if something like that happens,
It's her.
the male was already, that's his job. Like his goal is to produce.
Yeah.
Whether he's gonna take care of it or not, he don't care. He just wants that moment.
And listen, I'm not saying that men don't have responsibility, but every man do not operate from a spiritual perspective. You know, most men gonna operate from their carnal perspective or their primal perspective. Even so-called men of God. Ask David, if a man is not centered and operating in his sovereign nature, which means he knows his purpose, he's in tune with God, any man can fall susceptible. It's not that we don't understand that women have power, but if a man does not have control over his physical faculties, he can fall prey.
Now, she can grant him that moment and then deal with the consequences later, or she can grant him that moment with the thought of, what if he doesn't come through? What happens next?
As a man, though, you definitely should still have some form of discipline when it comes down to who you're trying to crack,
Right,
especially if
right.
it's somebody close to you, all that bullcrap. I think that's where us as humans have to kick in and say, you know what, every lemon ain't worth the squeeze.
And if she's not positive to know that this man is going to actually follow up with that action, don't let him in. But a woman let him in because her feelings are saying it's okay. And then her feelings later turned out to be something that drove into something she wasn't supposed to do in the first place.
This nigga was a
And then he's
dirtbag.
now to blame for not handling his responsibility when you could have prevented it from day one. So he wouldn't even have thought or even had to question whether or not he
That's too
wanted
much pressure, sir. That is just too much.
That's
This
why
is
God gave it to
girls go
women.
lesbian.
But this-
Because
no.
we're not doing it. We're not doing
With
it.
great power come great responsibility, girl.
it. This is why God gave the woman the choice, because women can make the choice quicker than men. Don't you know most powerful men, the decision came from his woman?
Of course.
Exactly.
Yes, it
you see
did.
how quick you're to take the...
Because I know my
you see how,
history.
No, but you see how quick you're good and so fast to take the credit when the woman is in power? But then when the woman is put in a position where she ain't in power, you reject it?
This one,
Well, I've said this several times. She wants equality when it comes down to power, but when it comes down to things she don't want to do or the things she's being held accountable for, she wants that man to be a husband or she wants to be a victim. So it's this dichotomy of thought where she vacillates between being equal in power to being a victim to being a wife when it's convenient.
I'm not saying watch pop the balloon because these women reject guys for just the smallest of things. You got the wrong shoes on that day, you're getting rejected.
Because there should be equality there.
There is no equality.
Why not?
Because men and women have never been equal and will never be equal. God never made us to be equal.
That's fine. So then the
He
woman is
put us
more
in separate
powerful than the
positions
man.
for a reason.
Can we agree on that?
What's that?
The woman is more powerful than the man.
I mean, if you want to believe it, it's okay.
But you just,
Come
all
on.
your examples that you just gave
If you-
showed why the woman is more powerful.
If you want to believe that, it's okay.
Well, why, if she makes the decisions, why wouldn't she be more powerful?
Why do you say she wasn't or not? I said if you want to believe that, it's okay.
Do you agree
Do I agree what?
that women are more powerful than men?
Is it going to help you sleep at night?
I don't agree with that. Why? Because God created...
She's not more powerful. She only have the power that you give her based on your ignorance and based on your lack of discipline. She doesn't have more power. She's powerful if you give her power away. But look at the men that are walking away from dating and relationships and how a lot of these women are crashing out. If she has so much power, why is she crashing out? Once men know how much power they got, she has no power. When a man has discipline over sex and also his desire to love a woman, that woman loses power. She has no more power over that man. And that comes with wisdom, time, and hurt. Wisdom, time, and hurt.
the woman to assist the man.
Facts.
It wasn't the other way around.
And once you play that power struggle game, who has more power, the man or the woman?
Looking for a new car? Auto Park Chrysler Jeep and Carry can make it happen, regardless of your budget, credit score, or...
We're here to help each other. See, we don't care about who's strong or whatnot. We just try and tell the actual truth. Y'all want the power, but really don't even want it.
Why do you feel like that?
I don't feel like that. God felt like that.
In what way?
He created the man first. Or am I wrong about that?
Well, I mean, who's to say? There's missing pages from the Bible. Do we really know?
I'm asking.
Based on the
He
Bible.
created the man first, and then he created the mate to assist. If I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong.
Even if you don't believe in the Bible, we can just look at the biology of what a man is and what a woman is. Who manipulates the world a little bit more different. And we can just look at that, even if you're not a Bible thumper, to say you believe in it. You can actually still look at how the world is manipulated.
Well, let's just say we're going to take it from the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did create the man first. But where did he create the woman out of? What location of the body?
It would matter.
Did you just not hear what I said?
What location of the body did he create?
Did you just
the
not
woman?
hear what I just said?
It doesn't matter.
It still came from the man.
What location?
So-
Why you can't answer the question?
Because it came from the man.
But what location from the body?
I'm not giving you the
I like
satisfaction.
it's rib cage, right?
But you-
and so that
no,
means
no,
that
but you're missing the point.
side by side.
No,
so that
no,
means
no.
when something is side by side, it is equal.
It's not though. It's not.
That's the worst analogy I ever heard in my life. She said because God took it from Adam's rib and made Eve that is equal all of a sudden. Man, it's just one rib. I don't understand this.
So yours is based off
if
hierarchy.
it was
Who came
equal,
first?
if it was equal, God would have created us together at the same exact time. He wouldn't have did one and then created help.
Okay, so let's just.
He wouldn't have did that.
What
He
is,
would
so
have
what is the
created us
goal
together.
then? If the man is more powerful, what is the goal?
The goal
what
is
is a
for-
man's purpose?
A man's purpose is to manage.
The goal is for the woman to comply, fall in line, follow leadership, build legacy. That's the goal. It doesn't mean that she don't have a voice in the relationship. It doesn't mean that the man don't defer power temporarily, but the overall objective is to comply, work together as a team, build wealth, leave wealth for the next generation, and love one another.
Society. Build, protect, and create an environment for humanity to thrive.
Right.
Yeah.
And a woman's job is to advise him, support him, and create a peaceful environment for him to do that.
And to procreate with the nurturing and growing of the next generation of kids.
It's very silent.
Are
If
you-
women can stay this silent, we could do our job.
That was good. That was good.
Crickets.
We could listen. First of all, what time is it? We could be talking all day. This is my kind of conversation.
I love it
And I
too.
like the back and forth.
Hey,
We're going to pivot. I'm going to have you come back for real, though, because we really do need to dip into it, because I need you to learn about some of these queens that is running these
No,
empires.
we-
and the
Listen,
absence of a man in those situations. But I hear you.
No, there was no
Listen,
absence.
the problem, I think what killed society is the feminist movement. Because, no, I really do. I honestly believe that. And, I mean, of course, we can debate about that all day. The moment we get into the position where roles are blurred, chaos will always ensue. That's just the bottom line.
And feminism is Luciferian, because what it does, it takes away the structure and the order and the power of the man. Lucifer wanted power, then he turned around and played the victim. Lucifer said that God was trying to stop the angels from having knowledge. His premise was that Yahweh was hiding knowledge back, just like a lot of these rebellious daughters now that you have, and some of these sons, that when fathers try to lead them and guide them, their premise is that you're trying to stop me from being an adult. Now understanding that in healthy patriarchal families, the father's job is to guide the child, to teach her and to protect her and to save her from herself. And then when the time is proper, he give her over to the right man after he probably vests the man. But this generation of women now don't respect their fathers. They'll talk about Jesus, but they don't respect God, they don't respect structure, and they don't respect order. And then they get into situations where they're being hoodwinked or brainwashed because they don't respect structure and order. And they don't understand the fundamental. You'll never get the blessings of God by being disobedient. And look at Stephen A. Smith, prime example.
Like, a man would never believe that he's more powerful than what he is, because he knows his role. He knows what he is capable of, and he knows what he allows. Because what's happening, and the power that women have currently today in this society, with the feminist movement, are things that men allowed to happen.
Right.
We could have shut this down a long time ago.
Right.
And we still can if we want to.
Still okay.
Going full out patriarchy mode on her.
Because it's not like a woman can defeat us. Like, if we wanted to go there, we could.
It's getting dark.
Because nobody can protect you from a man, but a man.
That is true.
I have seen some powerful men break because of a woman.
No, that's emotions.
Powerful man broke because of his feelings.
Yeah.
But in the end,
that has nothing to do with the conversation. I've seen some powerful men break because of a woman. That's a man that's compromised. A man that's compromised, yes, he'll break because of a woman. A man that's evolving will not break because of a woman. He's more aware. A man that's sovereign will definitely not break because of a woman. He'll just walk away. That's why I had to do this show. This is a masterclass, guys, that I'm giving y'all. This is a masterclass that I'm giving you guys. I need you guys to share this stream and donate to the channel, please. If you don't have any money to donate, at least share the stream. Hit the hype button. Hype this video up, guys, because somebody need to hear this.
A man can only be in a position of strength when a woman is being supported. I mean, when a woman is supporting him. But one thing I can tell you is a woman today
I'm listening.
has the power because the man give it to her.
I think it's
Or we took it.
I mean, you can
ma'am, don't even, we took it how?
say that, but at the end of the day, if men decided to stop protecting women,
Oh, it's over.
y'all be in trouble.
So here's the thing. How about if a woman was running things? I don't think there would be such thing as wars.
What?
All these.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you just
The wars that have been implicated by women is psychological war. The psychological war on boys, the psychological war on the family, the psychological war on generations. They're not causing a physical war, but they're all causing psychological and emotional warfare for from the present generations and also the generations to come. So they are waging war on boys, girls, men, and communities. Anytime somebody says the black woman's the backbone of the community, that's a form of warfare, psychological warfare, that is.
say that?
I did.
The world ain't all peace and tranquility, ma'am. Let's say you did run a country as a woman and you had another country that wanted to take something or fight y'all. What would you do? You would have to do something. And don't sit right here and say if it was another female are more conniving than guys.
Okay, you remember
The first thing a man wants to say is that a woman can't what? Control her what?
emotions.
But everything y'all do, when you're doing these tug of picking up your pants.
All right, guys, shout out to my man, the International Quiet Storm, showing love all the way from the West Coast. Shout out to that brother for the $10 cash out. And shout out to my man, St. James Palmer, all the way from the East Coast. Good friend of mine, always showing love. Listen, guys, this show goes out to you guys as well. Good brothers that I love and respect. You go from being compromised to evolving to sovereign. Once you become sovereign, it's nothing a woman could do to you. Shout out to those guys and shout out to those brothers for being the #1 sponsors of the stream. My man, what's his name? Brother St. Palm and also Quiet Storm. Thank you.
It's the money.
Shout out to my man Slim. Slim, baby, you cooking, no doubt, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, sir. Share the stream, brother, if you can. Please share the stream. And thank you, because this is a master class, man. She ain't got no power over you but the power that you give her.
These wars across countries is for what?
There's no choice.
You think that's controlling emotions?
It's necessary.
You remember when I told you that? Behind every powerful man's decision is a woman?
Yes, I remember that.
Do you agree with that?
I did agree with that.
Okay, so when they pressing these war buttons,
It's a woman.
who did the decision coming from? You just said it.
Melania is not telling Trump to push these buttons. I can confirm that.
Melania probably ain't. I'm telling you.
Nigga side chick is.
All the other Melanias that he seen around the city, that ego,
Relax.
that's putting that chest up to make him seem more powerful than he is. Men do things because of women.
That is true.
You know why niggas act tough?
Why?
Yeah.
They don't want to seem weak in front of women. They don't want to feel, seem, or appear weak to a woman. He got to feel strong. That iron fist got to be felt by every woman. Like, that's just what it is.
And the simplest form to see that is back in grade school.
These fancy cars, why? For women.
There's a reason the top creators in your niche aren't posting anymore. They quietly started delegating.
We want to impress them. We chasing that bag to be rich.
Yeah.
Why? For women. We want the woman to know that we can support you. Everything that we do is for women.
That's true.
Like, literally.
But there's therapists for that.
No, it's not therapy. That's human nature.
Exactly.
Is it?
Yes.
See, we live in different times now.
Man, that's
But
sad.
no
Women
matter
are
what the
embracing
listen,
men and
I
expressing
get
their
that,
emotions.
But no matter what the time is, his main objective and motive will always be for the woman. This is why they do what
And
they
you know what the sad thing is, guys, for the sex they say that got all the emotional intelligence, they don't have any emotional intelligence. Because if a woman has true emotional intelligence, she understands men and male psychology. And most don't understand men or nor do they understand male psychology, sadly.
do. Men are even going to war for women because it gives them power.
Exactly.
Power is attractive to women.
And it feel like you fighting for your family. It feel like you got a bigger purpose. All this re-engineering of thought, that's the problem where we at right now, because we done threw biology out the window to think that, no, we shouldn't think and move like this. That's why you still have that urge to do the opposite, because it's you can't get rid of it.
They want the control.
The woman
of
is the motive for everything that men do. God created it that way.
I think it's controlling money.
But why do they want the money to control?
Exactly.
For ego.
For the woman.
Well, let me challenge that a little bit. Man is supposed to support his woman and love his woman and die for his woman, but it comes with expectations. It's just not no blanket statement where a man is protecting without expectations. Should he love his woman? Yes. Should he protect his woman? Yes. Should he die for his woman? Yes. But it comes with expectations. It comes with expectations, not a free fall. It comes with copious amounts of expectations. And when that's done on a consistent basis, then the man is venerated. A man's life is not to revolve around a woman. A man's life is to revolve around God and his purpose. And the woman is an accessory or an assistant to his purpose. But his purpose is not the woman. His purpose is not to live his life around her. You got women now that tell a man they want a man to worship the ground they walk on. Men do not worship women. You don't commit your power to a woman. You don't bow to women. You don't make a woman more important than your purpose as a man. She can have a role in your life, but that role can never supersede your purpose. And that's the problem with men. It's a concept called contraindication. The reason why these women don't respect men, because men don't make them earn the relationship. Make her earn that relationship. You're going to make her earn it. Because if you don't make her earn it, she's going to take it for granted. That's human nature. And vice versa. Women, make that man earn your body. But you can't talk about making them earn it if you're giving it away to a bunch of men. Now, if you give it to a bunch of men, ideally you should make them earn it, but you ain't got a lot of leverage now because you gave it away for free multiple times. So you don't have the leverage of a woman that's a virgin and got very low bodies.
Woman.
What use it for?
A woman is what uplifts a man's ego. Our ego don't mean nothing if a woman don't want us.
Right.
She's the reason why the ego need to be there. She's the one that actually lifts the ego. She's the one that actually fuels that ego.
Y'all need a hug.
No, we need a woman.
Y'all need a hug.
Okay.
Well, I disagree with that. Can a woman inspire a man to greatness? Yes. Teddy Pendergrass wrote that song called The Mona Lisa. A woman can inspire a man to greatness. But a sovereign man understands that he has power outside of that. Is it nice to have? Yes. Could he be better if he had it? Perhaps. But could he survive it and suffice without it? Yes. Compromised man, sovereign man. Compromised man, evolving man, sovereign man.
From a woman.
He's right.
At the end of the day, the woman is the motivation. Women don't understand how much power they actually have.
Yes, we do.
No, because if you realize that, you wouldn't fight for equality.
Ooh.
You wouldn't think you would need to be equal if you knew what the power you had. Equality wouldn't even be a word.
Hey, let's just shift, okay? We're going to pivot. We're going to pivot because we're going to have to agree to disagree.
But that's life.
That is such is life.
That's nature.
Yes.
Cool. That's why God made us opposite.
Yes.
So my belief.
Once again, she has no power but the power that men give her. In theory, that's true what Akon is saying. In theory, that is true. But that's not true for a sovereign man. Sovereign men are not moved by that. Sovereign men that have power, money, and purpose and have experience with women, they're not moved by that.
And my way of how I move, what I feel, and how I would deal with it is totally opposite from your belief, the way that you move, and the way that you deal with it.
Agreed.
The only difference is that the man took the time to understand the woman, but the woman never took the time to understand the man.
Right, I agree with that.
She just shake and move. Continue on.
That's why we run the world. Because one thing I can tell you, women outnumber men 15 to 1 in this earth. You guys are a lot smarter than we are. You can multitask. And you got...
No, I disagree with that, Akon. Now you simping, man. You went from being a sovereign man to simple. They're not smarter than us. That's a lie. They're not smarter than us. They might know how to regulate their emotions to manipulate men better, but they're definitely not smarter than men. If a man really wanted to destroy a woman, when a man is grounded and centered and he's logical, it's nothing a woman could do to that man if he's grounded, logical, and centered. When men are grounded, logical, and centered and has experience with women, he can run circles around women. If women were so much smarter, then why do women keep picking the same men over and over and over again? How is it that those same men that are bums can persuade a woman to give her body away and to get impregnated over and over and over and over and over again? I hate it when men defer like that. Akon, you were doing a good job, but then you went to simping because they're not smarter than us. Women have their own strengths and power, just like men have their own strengths and power. But to make a broad statement, say they're smarter than us, that's dumb. Women might be smarter when it comes down to emotional manipulation. Yes, maybe. But they're not smarter when it comes down to ingenuity. They're not smarter when it comes down to logic and regulate the world. They're not smarter. You might have a small percentage that's an outlier, but in general, they're not smarter. They're smarter in their own gifts and talents. And that's where he dropped the ball at. They're not smarter. When men are centered and grounded, men are unstoppable. It's nothing a woman can do to them. A weak, compromised man, or a man that's evolving, perhaps, but a sovereign man, it's nothing she can do to him. Women love sovereign men because they are indifferent. So I disagree with Akon on that particular position.
Like, you're not a controlled urge.
We need to fact check a couple of those, but he's still spitting.
Which is powerful.
Yeah.
You got every attribute it takes to take over and actually run it. But why don't you? And we're less, by the way. Our population is so much less smaller than y'all's. So explain, why is it that men run the world? It's only because they took the time to understand the woman.
I know what you're thinking, ladies, and I understand.
See?
But I need you to take a second to really think about what he says, because I do feel like there's truth in that. And when we sit down and we really think about it, we don't fully understand men like we think we do. I can receive that.
Take that.
I'm telling you, the day you want to take the time to understand men, you guys will literally run the world.
I disagree with that. Once again, it's levels to this.
I am Winning Gabriel, a professional
It's levels to it. In theory, that's true.
Refugee, brutal war.
It's possible. In theory, that's true.
I promise you.
But a man that's not, well, Akon, once again, is probably an evolving man. He's definitely not 100% sovereign. He's still vacillating between evolving and sovereign, but he's definitely not a sovereign man. So I don't agree with that. Men that understand themselves can comport themselves in a manner where they're willing to walk away. I don't care how fine and pretty she is; she has no power over that man, and that takes time and discipline. But in general, that's true.
I'm gonna marinate on that. But let's bring it back.
Marinate, and she done. She's trying to run away from it. She don't want to keep talking. She took a big L. Women will never understand men, or just how men think in general. Women live in the world, and men actually create the world. Women just live in it. Most of the things that we follow, all these traditions, all these customs that we're accustomed to, it's because of some man somewhere. And the thing about it with us as guys, we don't have that much ego to say that. We know that we're being controlled by other men. There are men in power that we possibly cannot fight. But a woman will sit right here and try and fight for a power struggle. And that's the disconnect today, where a lot of women are rejecting men to say that I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be a part of you. Your essence is an it to me. Not all, but there's a big movement to where women are pushing back and saying, no, we don't need you. And it's sad. It's almost like the kid that you raised and then they grow up and then they spit in your face. Because, how do we get to a place where the world is so tamed? Wild animals are in zoos and cages or whatnot. And, you don't have to manipulate the environment. Food is at ease. Water is at ease still. All these places are being run. It's like, you don't have to think about any of it. But you say, F you guys. But we're in a different time period. So the women of that time period, of course, they were going to find some form of appreciation. I'm not going to say those women were treated the best. I'm not going to swear here and say I'm going to be oblivious to what possibly could have happened back then, the way how women were treated. And I think this is a follow-up effect of that. So when they say, you know what, F that. Y'all power, y'all control, y'all rule. But we still cannot disregard the fact of the positives that have come out of what men still are capable of. Just like I know the history with a lot of my ancestors and whatnot, but I'm still not going to disregard all the things that have paved the way to get to where I'm at today. But it's because
Right. So we're going to stop it here, guys. We're going to stop it here. Shout out to JB Reacts. And thank you to all the brothers that show love and donate on tonight. Thank you guys for showing love and supporting the stream. I really appreciate it. I know I've been away for a while, but yeah, I got to do what I got to do, guys. As I said, guys, I got some good news. I got my student loans forgiven, and I was going to pay for them. I had them, I had the money in the bank to knock it out, but the government paid it off. So, man, I'm extremely happy because of that. And so, guys, I just want you guys to be the best. I want you guys to be the best version of yourselves. I don't want you to limit your power. I want you to get the best women, and I want you to lead in power instead of leading with a scarcity mindset. And that takes time. And some of you men are already there. But the more you know what your power is, the more you understand your purpose, you could never be subjugated or besmirched by a woman. We all love women that are good women, add a lot of value to a man's life. This show is not to say that women don't add value. This show is to tell men they have a lot more power. And when you get that power, then you can say that I and him. So before we go, I'm going to send a special shout out once again to Brother Gregory Scotland for that $20 cash out. Shout out to my man, the International Quiet Storm for the 5. Shout out to my man, brother St. James Palmer for that $20 super chat. Shout out to my man, the International Quiet Storm, all the way from the West Coast. Shout out to him. And guys, thank you guys for being so kind and generous with your time. I will be back, guys. I will be back. But this was a master class, guys. Y'all got to share this stream. This is, man, I don't know where I got this information from, man. This is like, I got an intellectual download, man. I was cooking on the night, man. This was a master class. So anyway, we're going to end it here, guys. Thank you guys for tapping in. I love you, brothers, and also the righteous sisters that understand their purpose. We're going to be signing off, guys. And once again, guys, thank you, guys, for tuning in. And once again, guys, when you know what your purpose is, then you can say that I am him. Be well.
Happens when a man wakes up and realize how much power he really. What happened?
All right.
Man wakes up and realize how much power he really have.
And we agree on that.
What's that?
The woman is more powerful than the man.
I mean, if you want to believe it, it's okay.
But you just, all your examples that you just gave showed why the woman is more powerful.
If you want to believe that, it's okay.
Well, why, if she makes the decisions, why wouldn't she be more powerful?
I didn't say she wasn't or not. I said if you want to believe that, it's okay.
Do you agree?
Do I agree what?
That women are more powerful than men.
I don't agree with that. Why? Because God created the woman to assist the man. It wasn't the other way around.
Why do you feel like that?
I don't feel like that. God felt like that.
In what way?
He created the man first. Or am I wrong about that?
Well, I mean, who's to say? There's missing pages from the Bible. Do we really know?
I'm asking. He created the man first, and then he created the mate to assist. If I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong.
Well, let's just say we're going to take it from the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did create the man first. But so, where did he create the woman out of? What location of the body?
Did you just not hear what I said?
What location of the body did he create?
Did you just not hear what I just said? It still came from the man.
What location? So, but why you can't answer the question?
Because it came from the man.
But what location from the body?
Hey, bro, she cannot get another you if she tried. She cannot get another you if she tried. If she went outside, buck all naked today, she could not get another you, bro. You have power in that relationship, bro. Those options that she believes that she has, they are not options. They are erections, bro. Nobody is signing up for the most part to take care of her, to take care of those children, to deal with that attitude, to deal with that nonchalantness. Bro, please stop letting that woman play in your face, bro. You're black, you're handsome, you got your body right, you got your bag decent. You're a catch out here. You can leave her and be married in 2 weeks. And the options are plentiful out here. You don't even have to look good. You ain't even got to have no crazy sex game. The fact that you can protect and provide, bro, it puts you in a different bracket out here, bro. These women are housing bums. Could you imagine if you say, hey, I could come in and knock off 75% of your bill? They wouldn't even know what to do with you out here. Stop dealing with these women who are playing in your face. She don't want to sleep with you. She don't want to support you. She don't never make you feel good about any of your decisions. What are you waiting for? Because of some kids? Stepmoms and stepmomming at a high level right now. You keep playing with that, man. Tighten up, bro.
My dad, he invited me and my brother to introduce us to what he's very passionate about, the Black Manosphere.
And so my war cry is to get the conversation started for men to more or less find the proper safeguards to facilitate brokenness, pain, and hurt. You're doing God's work. Man, I appreciate
We'll be right back.